Good morning. So when I started this channel, I thought I would literally be documenting our highs and our lows, our travel, our family life. But I don't know if we've really had, I've had some sort of depression moments, but I've not really had like a low with Isla, and we've really hit a massive low this week. Really. And basically there was an incident with school, and it wasn't school's fault. I think it was more my fault. I just wasn't in tune with what Isla needed. And so basically a bit of backstory. We had an assembly on the last day of term, which would have been 2 weeks ago on a Friday, or 2.5 weeks ago on a Friday, before spring break, Easter holidays, whatever you want to call it, Easter half term. And she was complaining that her feet were hurting in a stander, and I just thought that was because she'd been in it so long, and it didn't really think about it too much because Isla's feet grow so slowly, so she doesn't often upgrade a shoe size. So very rarely she'll upgrade a shoe size. And so yeah, basically she was complaining, and I just thought she wanted to come out of her stander, which wasn't the case. Her shoes are actually too small. So she goes to school on Monday, and all of her toes get like sort of cut up because she curls her toes really bad. So all her toes got like cut up, and I just felt absolutely awful. And it was just a really difficult situation, because obviously I didn't want, we just sort of had to like sort of go a bit easy with school, because we don't want we didn't really want to be in an incident where it was like school thought that we were blaming them, and it did seem a little bit like school was actually blaming us. And yeah, so basically that's that. What happened? Did you kick something? She wasn't like this yesterday.
No, I know.
She won't let me touch it. All right. Nanny, find your dressing gown, please. Can you find Isla's dressing gown?
What are you going for injury?
Come on. Do you want to sit in the front with me? Okay.
What, do you sit at the front with you?
Yeah, you're not bad. You got cough.
What's wrong?
All right, sweetheart.
Are you right? Oh no, Nana's here.
Come on.
Nana here, darling. All right, Nana's here.
Can I see it, Isla? Can I see it?
We'll let her, yeah.
Careful with its leg. Let's see it. No?
Can you hold it for a second? I'm going to give her some pain medicine.
Yes, and careful. Don't put the weight for it then.
Can you put her on her bed with best?
All right. Yeah.
Put her on her
Mum,
bed.
lift her up. Put her on her bed. Go onto your bed.
Come here now.
Watch them feet. Just watch it, for God's sake. Just put a small, very small clip in. We have also got some video footage of in the hospital when we went for an x-ray. Oh, this alarm was like beeping constant, and it was just so awful. Are you having fun? What's done to your foot? Is it broken? Oh no. Gonna have x-ray. And Isla was complaining, and everyone was complaining actually, because it was a panic alarm that someone had set off by accident, and they couldn't turn it off, and they couldn't work out how to turn it off, and everyone was like scrambling trying to, and it was just a nightmare. But Isla went to the hospital because her toes were all cut up, and she was really screaming when I touched her foot. She's got like a bruise, and she was like, that's really sore. And so we had to go and get x-rays, but we went to see her. The doctor we saw was so good with her. He was like he sort of got to know her a little bit, and felt her foot, and got to know, like, she was laughing when she sometimes laughs when she's in pain, and it's just all to do with the fact that her brain doesn't know how to sort of reacts with the cerebral palsy and the brain damage, doesn't sometimes know how to react. So sometimes she will laugh hysterically, but she's actually in pain and wants to cry, and then the crying sort of comes after the laughter. So like the laughter will stop, and then she'll say, you know, we'll say, is it hurting? She'll nod, and then like it takes her brain time to process, and then she'll start to like really cry. So, but she was really brave, and she was really great. She was so tired, bless her, and she'd already had her medicines before we went to hospital, because we were worried we might be there all night, especially if she had broken her foot. And obviously you know, it was 5 at night. We couldn't just ring school and ask what had happened with school. Isla has school transport, so by the time I'd got her home, and you know, she'd had a snack straight away. So she'd had a snack, and then I actually, you know, got her into her bedroom and started undressing her from school. Like, you know, I noticed her toes, I was feeling her feet, and she just didn't like that, and she just went mental. So it was a long day yesterday trying to get it all sorted out and make sure that, you know, we get the correct footwear, and we're trying out a different brand actually called Billy. So I might review those on our channel at some point, because they zip. They're an American brand, and they zip from the top all the way down the front of the shoe round by the toes, and then you can place a child's foot in with affos and splints, and then they actually zip up and round. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. So I think the weekend we're going to get her a shoe size and hopefully get something ordered, and then I will claim the money back off her charity fund, where I've already raised 53,000 for her. She's spent most of it now. I think she's got about 2.5 grand in there now, but she spent it on therapy over the years and things like that. We bought certain things, like a walking frame we bought for her for £2,500. Yeah, so we might start fundraising again one day, but I do feel like what I'd love to do is, if I monetize this channel where people do their like branding and merchandising, I just like to like sell Isla's like wristbands on there, and maybe do some like lanyards with our like channel like sort of logo on, and our channel colors, and then any of that sort of stuff, like that sort of side of it. If we monetize this channel anyway, it would all be going to Isla and Isla's fund, and Isla's travel fund as well. Like, we use a lot of her money to get her traveling as well and get her around the world, sort of thing. So what we're planning on doing anyway. So yeah, if we did monetize, then that would be, you know, that could all go into her fund. And her fund is actually held with Tree of Hope, which is like a charity for charities. So it's a charity for families. So like, I can't once I've paid the money to there, I can't just like waste that money, if you see what I mean. Like, we couldn't just abuse that money. It's all like safe for her, and like if anything happened to us, like you know, the next, just saying, but if anything happened to us and Isla went to her Auntie Sue's to live, or went to my mum's to live, like my mum and Auntie Sue, they couldn't just waste the money. I know that they wouldn't anyway, but like, they couldn't just waste the money. It's safe for Isla. So often like we'll buy something, unless it's a massive piece of equipment. Obviously we if we can't get like a quote from the main company that's sent directly over to Tree of Hope, then we will buy something. Say sometimes we go to the disability like exhibition, where there's all sales, and you can buy like specialist bibs and things like that, which I get, and they might be like £7 each. So I might buy like 5 of those, and then I can send that receipt off to Tree of Hope, and then they'll reimburse me for that if I decide to take it from a fund. And we do try not to take anything from a fund unless it's you know, well, not frivolous, let's put it that way. But I'm going to try and get a couple of pairs of shoes for her. So I might buy it through the fund, just because, you know, with Florida and everything, I haven't got maybe the £200 it costs me to get a couple of pairs of shoes, because they're not cheap with postage and everything else. I think we're looking at about £65 for a pair. I'd like to get her a pair of school shoes. I'd like to get her a pair of trainers, and then I'd like to get her maybe the next size up as well, all in one order. And then it just saves me and hassle in the long run, and being in this situation again where I haven't got a pair of shoes that fit her splints, and I've got to worry it's not just as easy as going to, say, Asda or Clark's or Tesco's or like Walmart or something like that and buying her shoes. It's not that simple. You have to make sure that the daffo will fit in the shoe, and also you could end up going up a size and it just not be right for her. The shoe would be too big for her to manage around the daffo, or too heavy to manage around the daffo, and then, you know, it's a bit of a palaver. So yes, we're going to try this new band, Billy it's called, and hopefully Billy with the zips, and hopefully we can put it on our channel. I do know I look a mess, I'm really aware of it. I do feel like you should only maybe put your best content out there. But I did say when we started the channel, I would put her highs and I would put her lows. And I just feel like, you know, I'm just going to share, like, you know, if anyone's following Isla's journey, which I just don't know if they are, but if anyone's following Isla's journey, then, you know, we need you to, I don't say we need you to, but, you know, we may as well share this low, because it's not been a great 2 days. It's been a stressful 2 days on the family. It's been an awful, you know, at least one day for Isla. Was a lot better yesterday. She rested her feet. The doctor said just rest her. She only went into school for a little bit in the afternoon, and she's gone back into school today. She's got socks back on today. Her feet are, you know, like that interim healed, so they're not raw. Plasters have come off and she's just got a little socks on. She's not going to have any shoes on for a few days because she hasn't got any shoes, so we're going to keep her out and let her heal. She's got leg gaiters so she can stretch her legs rather than going in a standing frame. So yeah, we've put all the provisions we can in place yesterday with school so that we can make sure that she's got, you know, we've got something to help her stretch, and, you know, it gives them a little thing like, yes, okay, they can't put her in a stander and do that, but maybe they can hoist her onto the floor and put her leg gaiters on the floor, maybe in the sensory room, and play with her that way. And you know, I don't know, do some like sensory handwork and do something like floor level rather than standing level. And so it might be just a nice change of pace even for school. It will vary Isla's school day for a few days, or vary the school day, you know, different type of learning maybe. And so yeah, it's affected, just, you know, it's just a pair of shoes really has affected so much for Isla. Like, it just seems really mad that like a pair of shoes is stopping her from having her splints on, which has stopped her from going in a standing frame, which has stopped her getting those stretches, which has stopped her going in a walking frame. So we've got to keep, because she can't use her gaiters and she can't be on her feet without her gaiters on, so because she hasn't got any shoes. So it's like a massive thing and a massive stress and a massive issue, just her cutting her toes and her shoes being too small. Whereas like if Rowan's shoes were too small and cut her toes, I could just go and buy her more shoes. And it's just not the case for Isla. It's just not the case at all. I'm a bit shaky, I'm sorry. And then just some other positive news at the end of this. We are going shopping on Friday and we are buying our very first official vlogging camera, and I cannot tell you how excited I actually am. I'm so excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm so excited. I'm just super excited. It's a much better camera than we've ever had before. It's going to mean that we don't have to use our phones all of the time. It means that we can take some really great pictures of the children on holiday this time. I'm just super excited for it. I'm here for it. I'm living for the new vlogging camera. We're buying a Sony, I want to say XLR, but it's not. It's SZ something or other. I want to say S7, but I think that is definitely not. That's a Samsung, I think I'm thinking of there. I don't know. So yeah, she was definitely here for that. So it's so funny. So yeah, so we are sort of on a break till sort of May time, which is coming thick and fast. I don't really want to put any vlogs out there that aren't really now like on the camera, and sort of doing like vlogging on the camera and seeing the quality and sort of how the editing goes and things like that. This will be a bit of a shaky edit, but I am really excited. So yeah, please do like and subscribe. Continuing to improve in big ways, and I'm really hoping the camera like excels that for us, just to sort of improve the footage is, I think, is a massive thing, to be able to film better. And then you know, I can start playing with the camera angles, I can start playing with the camera a bit more, and I'm really looking forward to Universal, actually. So I'm just going to film everything, and I'm just going to try and you know, take loads of photos and just get like photo angles and things, and just sort of learn some more general like filming techniques. I've seen a few vlogs on YouTube, and I've learned a few little tricks, and I'm really interested to try them out and actually see if they like sort of work, you know, which would be nice. So yeah, so super looking forward to holiday now. It's so cold in Britain. I've had enough of it. Love you all lots. Please like and subscribe. Bye.